Broadcasting live from an undisclosed location. This is the TCMMA podcast with your host, Chris Cross.
Whoa!
Dana White privilege.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, baby!
Dana White privilege. Privilege.
Yeah, buddy. Welcome to the TCMMA podcast. It's your boy Chris Cross checking in. And what a night it was last night at UFC 302. And the biggest storyline coming out of this thing is Donald Trump, oddly enough. He showed up last night in New Jersey. And when you show up in New Jersey, you really don't know how it's going to go, right? Because you got, you're in a blue state, okay? It's a Democratic state. And yeah, you got the UFC. But you got just an intriguing situation where you were just convicted of felonies, whatever, if that's even what you want to call it. Probably be overturned later, we'll see. But nonetheless, you're taking a chance by going to this thing. And yes, I say taking a chance, right? We all assume you know how it's going to turn out. But at the end of the day, you really don't. And that's what I love most about Donald Trump, is he's not really calculating all that stuff. He's just doing what he does. No apologies, doing what he does. And one thing I took away from last night is it seems like all this stuff that Trump's going through with the courts has just made him stronger. I mean, when he walked in last night, the place went bananas. I mean, it just went bananas last night. You just hear the chants throughout. And you're heading, and it's on ESPN, right? Not even, it's on ESPN Plus too, but it's live on ESPN. And you got Trump walking toward the octagon before the pay-per-view starts. And you just got the crowd chanting USA. It's going down. Everybody's pumped up. And, Trump's in the house. And what I'm seeing with all the stuff he's going through in the courts is just made him more popular. It's like it's back to the old days when he was popular among everybody. Of course, before you run for president, right? You're just more and more popular before you're president, right? You get more and more popular, you gain the wealth, you have the money, and then you run for president. Of course, immediately you divide half the people who used to like you. And now all of a sudden you find yourself in a tough situation where half the country loves you even more and the other half can't stand you. But now with what's happened, a lot of people on the other side are coming over. And it's kind of like, when Trump's at a UFC event, it's always wild, right? It's always wild.
Yes! Yes!
I mean, it's absolutely wild when he shows up. But last night was something different. Last night was something different.
Whoa!
And then you got the crowd chanting, right? And at one point, DC Dana Cormier says to Joe Rogan, "What are they chanting?" And Joe Rogan says it's not good. And what they were chanting was F Joe Biden. I mean, it's just crazy. It was just crazy to watch. And of course, you had Aaron Rodgers there. He doesn't want to acknowledge the president at all. He wants to act like he's not even there. It just looks bad. I mean, it looks crazy. The whole place is going bananas, chaos. And Aaron Rodgers is sitting there and acting like Trump's not even in the house. So you got people like that still, but you can't deny it that Trump is even more popular right now than he was before the verdict came out the other day. So whatever the plan was for him, it certainly backfired, to say the least. I mean, it certainly backfired. Make no mistake about it. So last night was a wild night. Of course, Islam retained the belt. We're going to show you that reaction in a moment. But first, we're going to get into, there's only three, let's just break this thing down last night. 12 fights, 9 decisions. Oof. 3 submissions. That's it. Not one KO or TKO. So keep that in mind. We're going to go through the 3 finishes. The first one is Jailton Almeida versus Alexander Romanov. Check this out. Jailton Almeida now has the back. And this crowd is waiting on a submission, something here. We haven't had a finish tonight. 5 straight fights, all decisions. You get into a heavyweight fight here, and now the fight's on the ground. So New Jersey's about to go crazy. But early in the first, oh, look at this. He gets underneath. Oh, this is tight. This is tight, and he taps, and that's it. Finally a finish. Number 7, Jailton Almeida is back. And this guy is freaking huge, man. This guy is huge. He's going to move to 21-3. So, you know, he continues beating people, right? He had the setback against Curtis Blades despite the 9 takedowns, dominated that fight, and then just got finished on a takedown attempt. Curtis Blades kind of just had enough, but he's back. He gets a win. This is not really a softball because Romanov was 17-2. But a softball in a sense that Romanov's not going to be able to defend takedowns or deal with him on the ground. And he just needed to get the win, and he does. And you see this, he takes the single leg, lets that go, takes the legs out, and it goes to the ground, and 30 seconds later he gets the victory. So Jailton Almeida, the Brazilian, 21-3. Big finish here. Got the crowd roaring at UFC 302. Yes, Almeida looked impressive last night. I mean, you know, you had the loss against Curtis Blades where you had 9 takedowns. You come back and you get this one, an easy victory in the first round by submission over a guy in Alexander Romanov that's 17-2. Enough said. So you could tell he was excited about that victory. And at this point, you're thinking, okay, we had 4 or 5 decisions in a row. Jailton Almeida comes through, right? They were getting on him at first saying, oh, this is a heavyweight fight. No one wants to see wrestling. The people in the crowd were already upset because there's been no finishes, and boom, Jailton Almeida gets the first finish, and that'll go a long way with UFC fans. That will go a long way with UFC fans, make no mistake about it. And then, you know, you didn't have many finishes last night. That's the bottom line. But you did get one, I believe it was one here with Kevin Holland. And Makhachev. So let's get to that one right now. Kevin Holland, 25-11. Makhachev, 19-7. Get ready to go at it here. UFC 302. First of 2 back-to-back middleweight fights. Both fighters touch gloves, and this thing is on. And we're sitting tight, getting ready for the big main event tonight. Islam Makhachev, Dustin Poirier. That's coming. Please believe it. But first, we got to see if Kevin Holland can do his thing in his return to the middleweight. He takes a big right already from Mahal. USA chants allowed and clear for obvious reasons with Trump in the house. And it's been a while since the first fight of the main card, but still, no finishes. It's crazy. You're in New Jersey, right? Consider that a tough town. You want to see some big finishes, and you get nothing. Oh, big left by Mahal. Kevin Holland goes right down. Oh, my goodness. Kevin's playing defense right now from his back, but... Oh, potential armbar. Look at this. The crowd's going crazy. And he's got it. He's got it. Oh, is he going to tap? Oh my gosh. He's got it. Oh, wow. He's got it, but Mahal's not tapping. Kevin's talking to him. Oh my gosh. And you can see he's in pain, but he's not tapping. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're going to stop it. And Mahal is not happy about it, but his arm is not fine. That's the bottom line. And Herb Dean saw enough, and Kevin Holland throws his mouthpiece into the crowd. They're going crazy. And he jumps the fence, and we finally get a big finish, and he's going to shake hands with Donald Trump. Yeah. This guy, dude. This guy. So Donald Trump pumped up. Kevin Holland getting the big submission victory. And he's making his rounds right now. I mean, he's talking to everybody. Donald Trump, Dana White, everybody. He's now 26-11. And hey, I gotta say, Mahal never tapped. He never tapped. I mean, and should the ref stop the fight? I don't know. They're going to be talking about this, but I don't think anyone's going to argue too much. But the bottom line is, should he have stopped the fight? Nonetheless, Kevin Holland is 26-11, and just like that, it's a wrap. It's an absolute wrap. Kevin Holland gets to win here, middleweight division, UFC 302. Yeah, and that's what was crazy is that Mahal Alexichuk never tapped. And I think I've seen that one other time where a guy's in a submission situation where it's like obvious he should tap and he doesn't and the ref stops it. And it's like, why are you stopping the fight? He didn't tap. So a little controversy there, but not one that a lot of people are going to argue because it's clear that Kevin Holland had him in a bad situation with a lot of time left and Herb Dean went and did the right thing and stopped the fight. So Kevin Holland gets the win, and the USA fans are going crazy. Then Sean Strickland gets the win. Dominated Paulo Costa. One judge went 49-46 the other way, despite the other two judges being 49-46 and 50-45, 5 rounds to none. So you had one judge, and this was what was going on last night. One judge, 5-0 for Strickland. Another judge, 4-1 for Costa. So it's like, what are these guys watching? What's going on? And it just doesn't make any sense. But that's basically what happened. And then you get into the main event, lightweight title, best division in the UFC, title on the line. And the USA crowd is in a frenzy. They want to see Dustin Poirier win. And he fought well going into the 5th round before this happened. Yeah, crowd getting loud now. Let's go, Dustin. It's crazy. It is. It's there for him, man. It's there for Dustin. But he's got to grab it. He's got to take it. You know, despite being on the feet. And when Islam takes him down, it's not to land a lot of punches. It's like he's trying to just hold position, gain position. But even on overall, it's 72-48 for Islam. And Islam takes Dustin down. Dustin gets out of it momentarily. And Islam grabs it once again. Ooh. And now Dustin in trouble here. Guillotine. And he grabs a hand here. 2:30 left in the fight. Now Islam's going for it again, and Dustin's in trouble. Oh, man. Gosh, and Dustin's trying to get out of it. And Dustin taps, and that's it. And you know he hated to have to do that. And Islam nearly finish him, and they jump on Islam, take him down. And Poirier's still laying on the mat because he's exhausted. And what happened was is Islam had it and had it locked in solidly, and Poirier had to tap. And literally, probably when he tapped, it was about to be over. And man, you got to feel for Poirier. 3 attempts, no title, and he fought great in this fight. But Islam Makhachev finds a way to win to move to 26-1. And man, a minute 50 from going the distance, which wouldn't have done anything. And it'll be nice to know what the judges' scorecards were here to see if Dustin even had a shot in this 5th round. And Dustin's getting up. He's good. And there's Khabib in the octagon. And he's talking to Dustin. And he's telling him, you know, great fight. I mean, it really was. It really was. Khabib looks 180 right now. Khabib looking like he's 180 pounds right now. Unbelievable. But man, Islam gets the win to move to 26-1. Khabib raises Dustin Poirier's hand. He knows it's kind of his last attempt. Poirier's going to fall to 30-9, and unfortunately for him, he loses his fight here. Lightweight division for the title, main event at UFC 302. Yeah, so Islam got the victory, right? He looked good. I mean, just a tough guy to beat. You know, king of the hill right now. But Dustin fought great to go 5 rounds with Islam, nearly making it like a minute and a half out, 90 seconds away from going the distance. He lasted 23 minutes and 30 seconds roughly. And As much as the USA crowd wanted to see him win, he fought very well. And Dustin Poirier is saying this could be it. This might be it. That remains to be seen. We'll see. But for right now, Islam rules the division, has cleared it out. And they're talking about Arman Sarukian. He's saying he wants to go up a division. I don't think that Islam wants to fight Arman. He's got a 14-fight win streak. I think it's third overall ever, behind Anderson Silva at like 17 and one other person. So Islam is doing his thing. Make no mistake about it. Now, as we get into what happened last night, look at all those wins, baby. Only lost Phil Rowe and Alex Morono. 10-2 on the night. Islam won. That was our prediction. You know, he's 3 on the dude list. We got to go with him. We're back to 10-8. And it's amazing, from 4-7 to 10-8. So we've won 6 of the last 7. So we're rolling now. 135-87 on the year. So solid night there. And in terms of the dude list, nothing changes. I really thought about moving Islam over John Jones, and then I heard Dana White speak last night, and he made a lot of sense, talking about how John Jones is the best fighter ever in all of mixed martial arts, boxing, UFC, all that. He's the best ever. And, you know, I can see it. I can see why he would say that. Make no mistake about it. So Hamza 1, John Jones 2, Islam 3. Then you got Alex Pereira, Sean O'Malley, Leon Edwards at 6. He's fighting Bilal Muhammad. Still got Shavkat in there, Adesanya's in there, Holloway. Then Ilia Topuria at 10. We ended up moving Sean Strickland up to number 11. He deserves it. So he's up there near the top 10 of the dude list. Sean Strickland is a bad dude, man. That's a bad dude. Now, as we jump into the Q&A, it looks like Brown Dog is saying, nice, good call with Roman Kopylov. A lot of people thought Cesar Almeida would win that fight, but Roman Kopylov got the job done. Now, in terms of Islam versus Dustin, great fight. Dustin did well. Islam did amazing, but there is no new Khabib. You know, they're making all these comparisons, which is crazy. He's his own individual. He's tied Khabib now for 4 title defenses. You know, what if he goes up and does grab the welterweight? I mean, forget about it. Kenneth Bruner's back saying, what a fight. Islam is too good. Yeah, and Bruner's right, man. Islam is just too good. He's too good. Bo Jackson saying, Hamza is good. You're late to the party. Yeah, I've been with Hamza since day one. Not quite sure what he's talking about. Boers weighing in. Remember when Boers was on the come up and Rob was asked about him and he said that he hoped he stays in the welterweight division, laugh out loud. Now the wolf is coming for him. Yeah, I mean, Hamza is coming. He is coming for Robert Whittaker, and he's coming for the entire division. Then you saw how the fight went last night with Sean Strickland. Hamza, to me, is the only guy that's going to beat him. He's going to go in for the takedown and disrupt what Sean Strickland is doing. You can't sit there and strike with Sean Strickland. Paulo Costa tried to do that. It didn't turn out very well for him whatsoever. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson postponed. You got Nathan Dickerson weighing in saying, go Tyson. Kevin Holland versus Mahal last night. I thought Kevin beat Jack, at least a draw. Kevin should stay at this weight. He should be bigger and stronger as well. Yeah, and he did look bigger and stronger last night. Now, how will he do against the upper echelon of the division? That remains to be seen. It hasn't gone well for him in the past. In terms of Sean Strickland, Paulo Costa, it's Replay Bros has great breakdown. It's going to be a great Saturday. Keep a lookout for Cesar Almeida too. He's going to be a future title challenger, believe me. Yeah, it didn't go well for Relay Pro's prediction there. It just didn't turn out well. Roman Kopylov dominated. So great night of fighting. Another pay-per-view was passed. Donald Trump showed up. The place went crazy. And it was just a solid night last night and a lot of fun. And we'll be back this week. You got UFC Louisville, which I'm highly upset I can't go this weekend. It's right up the road from me, but we're not going to make it. But we will be here live to bring you another watch party this Saturday night. So stay tuned for that, as the month of June is well underway now. And it only gets better with Hamza coming up, Conor McGregor coming up. Five Saturday nights of fighting this month. And, you know, it's just going to get more and more exciting as we go forward. But for now, this is your boy Chris Cross. Hope y'all have a great day, and God bless. As always, peace.